What's going on, guys? So today we are talking about weight loss. So fun, right? Excuse my messy room. My bed's not made. If my mom was here, she'd be all over my case. But anyways, so today we're talking about weight loss. And the reason why I want to go over this is because I get asked a lot about my diet and what I do and what I do to, lose the weight quickly and whatnot. First off, I want to start by saying competition diets are a lot different than a normal lifestyle eating. I would not choose to eat the way I do and as restricted as I do when I'm not competing, when I'm not in my competition mode. So I want to make sure that's clear. Competition prep and regular lifestyle, healthy lifestyle is two different things. But so a few things I want to go over is when it comes to eating and knowing your body and knowing what's good for it, you really want to make sure you're conscious of portions. I can't stress that one enough. Portion control, if you ever thought oh, hey, this isn't that much, flip over whatever you're eating, see what the actual portion size is, measure that out, and then you'll be like, holy crap, I was eating 6 times the amount that I was supposed to be. It's crazy. It is so crazy. So when you're first starting out and you're first starting out counting, if you're counting your macros or if you're just, trying to eat healthier or whatever, one thing I found that was super helpful to me is I downloaded the app MyFitnessPal. I have used this app for 3.5 years now, long time. It really makes you conscious of what you're eating. You can literally check whatever you want to on it. You can, if you're going out to eat somewhere, you can type in the restaurant's name in it, and more than likely it will have the food that you're eating. So that's what's really cool about it. It's like a little cheat sheet you can take with you, and it definitely makes a difference. Now, if some of you have asked me about macros and what macros are your carbs, your protein, and your fat that you take in every day. Now, there's not one specific equation for fat loss, what you should eat or how many macros you should eat. Everybody's body is different. So first off, what works for me may or may not work for you. So I wanted to stress that too, because there's no right or wrong to, if you find what works for yourself, then by all means go for it. Do it. If you found it, then hey, that's your magic formula, and take it and run with it. But if you're not so sure about it, one thing you can do is go head on over to bodybuilding.com, and they have a quiz that you can take for what your body type is. So if you go and take that, and then there's 3 body types. It's either ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph. And I'm actually a cross between an ectomorph. Sorry, I had to write it down. Ectomorph and mesomorph. And for that, what they suggested that I took in a day was 30% of my calories. This is for maintenance, to maintain where I'm at. 30% of my calories should come from protein, 30% of it should come from fat, and 40% of it should come from carbs. Now, that's great and all, but when I started this competition prep, I was struggling so hard. I was getting so frustrated so quickly because whatever I was doing before was not working for me now. So that's a perfect example of, okay, I was used to doing that and my body was used to it. So because it got so used to it, I needed something different. So that's when my coach recommended me to start the keto diet. Now, the keto diet is you're getting 60 to 70% of your like food that you take in a day comes from fat. Now, I know that might sound crazy trying to lose fat by eating a lot of fat, but the best way I can describe it is once your body stops running on the carbs that you were giving it and it starts running on fat, it's running on all your stored fat. And I mean, I lost 8 pounds in 3 weeks. But again, I'm on a competition diet. People do the keto diet like on a regular basis, which is fine and it works for them. I don't think if I wasn't prepping, I would actually choose to do the keto diet. I would rather count my macros, because with counting macros, you kind of have a little bit of wiggle room, a little like to, eat something else. Eat something like off of your plan if you wanted to. A couple good tips I could give you. I put them in my phone. Sorry. So my first tip I could give you guys is figure out what your macros are. Like I said, go to bodybuilding.com, take the quiz, figure out what your body type is. Then do a little bit of research on it. If, doing this and researching it isn't for you, then I do offer lifestyle coaching, and I would be more than happy to help you. I will talk about that at the end of the video. But know what your macros are. Once you figure out what your macros are, give it like 2-3 weeks. It takes time for your body to change. Pick one day a week that you're going to weigh yourself, and don't weigh yourself more than that, because I can tell you right now, I can get on the scale in the morning, and by the scale at the end of the night, it's like a 5-pound difference. So do not weigh yourself every day. It's not going to do any good but drive you crazy. So pick a day during the week, start your week, weigh yourself, go full week 1, weigh yourself again. Now, if you for some reason have gone up like a crazy amount of weight, then by all means adjust it after 1 week. But if not, just keep going. Make it through your first week, make it through your second week. And like I said, I advise at least 2 and 3 weeks. Give your body some time to change. When you make it to your 3rd week, if you haven't lost any weight, then yeah, go ahead and adjust it. Maybe your carbs need to come down. Maybe your fat needs to go up. Maybe, something needs to change. And then do that again for another 2-3 weeks. But by 3 weeks, if your body has decided that that's what's working for it and you start to lose, then just roll with that keep it going. Figure out a way though that you can still enjoy what you're doing. I want to emphasize the fact that healthy eating does not mean that you have to eat 1 piece of lettuce and lick an apple for lunch. That's not healthy eating. Healthy eating is knowing what you're putting in your body and knowing what clean fuel you're putting in your body, but still being able to enjoy it. Enjoy what you're eating. Enjoy your life. If you want to go out on the weekend, then just really make sure you have everything planned out ahead of time. Make sure you plan out your meals. Make sure you know that, okay, Saturday, we're going out to dinner, so I need to make sure my meals all day long are on point and I'm where I need to be, and then I can enjoy myself a little bit at the end of the night. There's nothing worse than restricting yourself to the point where you feel like you can't do anything. That's not a healthy way to live, and it's not a fun way to live, and you'll just end up being miserable. So please, please, please don't stress too much over it. Just make sure you're doing what you need to do so you're not 1, starving, or 2, hating every minute of everything that you're doing, because then that just leads to failure, and then you'll end up going back to eating how you were, and your body will just hold on to it more. Now, sorry, again, like I said, I planned out this whole video and I wrote it down, so I keep looking over here because I have notes that I want to cover. Okay, so I talked to you guys about my MyFitnessPal. Now, I put in, let me pull it up for you. I put in what I am eating right now on prep. Now, if you go to MyFitnessPal and you go and you can see, can you see it? It's dark. Okay, there we go. Okay, so if you go into MyFitnessPal and you see this little thingy right here, this little graph, click that. No, I lied. Don't click that. That's progress. Scroll down and click nutrition. It's right here. Click that. Okay. Now this is where you can see your daily view. Focus. You can see your daily view. You can turn it sideways too. You should be able to turn it sideways. I don't know why mine's not, but it does turn sideways and it makes it easier. But there is a little column where you can click macros. And then so today, based on like what I take in a day for my prep, I'm right around 60% of my diet coming from fat, 30% coming from protein, and 10% coming from carbs. And it's really cool. It like grabs it for you so you can like see it. Sorry, my phone. Okay, wait. Oh, there you go. Okay, so like I said, go and get this app. It is a lifesaver. I've used it for so long, and I sometimes don't know what I would do if I didn't use it. Okay, so another tip that I could tell you if you're tracking your macros, allow room at the end of your day for your last meal. Like there's nothing like eating or like having your meals and then like towards the end of the day, for me at least, I always tend to get really hungry. So make sure you allow enough macros left for the end of your day. Like don't eat them all in the beginning of the day and then like have nothing left at the end of the night. And plan ahead. If you know what you're going to eat in a day, like typically in the morning, I can wake up, I'll put everything into MyFitnessPal, and then that I know that I'm going to eat. That way I have my day already planned out. So I already know what my meals are going to be. I'm already like setting myself up for success. Now, when you're going like out to eat, and you're not too sure on like how much something is or how much something's gonna weigh or something like that, kind of practice estimating. Practice like once you start, one thing also that is a huge help is get a food scale. A food scale makes a world of difference. When you weigh out your food and you see what you are actually eating, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, sometimes it's more than what you think, but sometimes it's way less. But not all of you are going to, I mean, most 99% of you are not going to do what I do and bring your food scale with you to a restaurant if you're going out to eat. But so for that, I would practice estimating. Weigh your food at home, see what it looks like. That way when you do go out to dinner or you do go out for like you're out with your friends or whatever, you can kind of guesstimate a little bit on how much you're eating and knowing that you're not going to be overeating them. And another thing, this one is kind of hard because I struggle with it too, but don't get like crazy. Like don't get like overly obsessed over making sure everything is like down to the nitty-gritty. Like if you are not doing some sort of like, if you're not prepping or if you're not doing some sort of, you know, just, I don't know, if you're really passionate about getting down to a certain weight by a certain time, then by all means make sure you're tracking. But if you're just eating healthy and wanting to change your lifestyle a little bit, don't get obsessed, because you don't want to get to the point where it's like, okay, like an eating disorder type thing. Like that's not good. And it, again, it's not fun. Life's not fun that way. So don't go there. One way to stay away from that, like I said, is tracking out what you're planning to eat in the beginning of your day. The cool thing about macros is, you know, if you wake up and you're like, I really, really, really want ice cream or TCBY, that's my geekiness. You can plan for it ahead of time. Plan your carbs and plan your fat around your dessert. Make sure you're eating healthy all day long. Make sure you're hitting all your macros so that you can enjoy something later on. I have done this numerous times. My first prep that I ever did for my first competition, up until 2 weeks out from my show, maybe 3 weeks out from my show, I was literally having frozen yogurt every single week. And I went into that show and I won the entire bikini, everything. Novice, open, all of it. Overall, got it. And I was eating frozen yogurt. So it is doable. You can lose weight and still enjoy yourself. Now, for those of you, like I talked about earlier, who just don't want or like can't figure it out on your own or need a little bit of guidance or somebody to kind of hold you accountable while you're trying to lose weight, I do offer lifestyle coaching and I am more than happy to help. Please email me. It's arielaileenfit@gmail.com. So please email me. I'm more than happy to help. I love doing this. I love taking my time to help people. I love doing a lifestyle flip on somebody. I took on my little guinea pigs from work. It was like 4 or 5 of them. Right after Christmas we started, and all together by the end we did it for 12 weeks. Together, a combined total weight loss, I believe it was like 130 or 140 pounds, something like that. So one thing I want to read to you guys is this. This is from one of the girls that I helped. To say Arielle changed my life is an understatement. I went from being someone who ate out almost once a day and working out seemed like a punishment to someone who meal preps and has become obsessed with working out. Even making it to the gym at 5:15 in the morning. I'm like getting choked up. Her constant support and reminder that this was not a diet, but a lifestyle change was what really gave me the motivation to turn my life around. She celebrated the victories with me and reminded me that we all have bad days and that's okay. This is the best I have looked in a long time, and definitely the best I have probably ever felt. It is exciting to now know that my hard work is starting to motivate other people. Arielle is truly inspiring and amazing at what she does. I will forever be grateful for the lifestyle change she has given me. Excuse me while I get emotional. But that is what I'm here for. That is what I love doing. Okay, pull it together. That is what I'm here for, and that's what I love doing. That's what I love about this. I love helping people, and I am more than happy to help any of you. So please, like I said, email me at arielaileenfit@gmail.com. I hope I answered all your guys' questions and helped you out along the way. I'll see you guys next time.